they f***ed a turkey.
On Barstool Gold. On Barstool Gold, yeah.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Wait, was he sitting here? Was he short?
No, he was kind of slumped a little more, but he's 5'10", but he presents.
I was gonna say he.
A little bit smaller.
I think he.
But that is funny. That microphone is.
It is so small.
Yeah, I was actually thinking we have to
I do feel a little bit like I don't feel too bad because like women have had to deal with a lot, but like these unrealistic beauty standards for men's height is a little rough, and that's coming from me, and I'm 6 feet.
Listen, the number one thing I've heard both of us have heard our whole career is you guys are taller than we thought, and I don't know why everybody thinks we're tiny.
Yeah.
But then everybody expects guys to be.
Are these people you meet at a bar, or are these like celebrities?
No, like fans. Yeah, like the normies, the regular people.
Yeah.
They all think that we're short.
Because I feel like every celebrity you've ever seen is smaller than you think. So if it was like another celebrity, it's like, well, they live in miniature Polly Pocket
then
world.
Also, like, we've been enough. Like, listen, I love it when celebrities come in and we're like towering above them. Like, this is pretty cool. Like, it's just so weird when you find out like guys who you think are like tough and scary.
Zac Efron's like 5'10".
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like
I could pick him up. You know what I mean? Put him in a baby VR.
Are you 6 feet tall?
I'm 6 feet tall. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, like maybe like 5'11" and a half or something like that.
Didn't really realize it till right now.
No, I'm very tall.
When you came in,
and I'm like thin too.
Maybe it's because of that mic. When you sat down, I was like, that's not going to work at all.
Yeah, you were like, is this a monster on the mic? No, no, that's nice of you to say. I feel like I've like, been dodging like the literal like Slender Man accusations like my whole life. You know what I mean? Like I looked like a little rat child growing up. Like I was like, not to brag, but I have 4 siblings and I was the smallest baby, my biggest sleigh. I was the tiniest baby of all of them. And 3 of them are sisters, so like so that's big. But I really was like such a skinny little child that I think I always kind of looked like.
Are they big? Tall?
Well, I mean, no, they're all tall. Yeah, no, I mean, they're big in front of me, but no, they're all tall. They're all tall. They're all tall. I am actually the tallest girl though, but they're all tall. They're all tall. But I just feel like since I was like such like a skinny little kid, like I looked like I was like, a third world country kid.
Yeah, Caroline for 65 cents a day.
Yeah, no, they could have put me in the ads. Like I looked.
Were you tall early?
Yeah, I was tall early.
Right?
Yeah, I was tall early.
Like, I had a girl when I was in like 3rd grade. I'm not gonna drop her name. No.
Drop it. Drop it.
But dude, like it was honestly now, like I've never even expressed this verbally until right now. But now I'm thinking about it, it actually was some like prison shit. Where like I'd be in the schoolyard, I'd be like, I gotta take down the biggest one.
I was like, where are we going?
I'd be like, I think I'm gonna go try and get Stephanie to fight me. That is her real name.
I mean, I was gonna say, got there.
Yeah, I remember telling a boy that when I was like in middle school, like who I thought was super cute. Like I remember being like, yeah, like I was like 5'7" at this point, like 7th grade, and I was like, yeah, like my growth plates are done growing, so like
this is it.
Yeah, like this is it. This is as tall as I'm gonna be, so I won't be too tall. And then like I shot up the next summer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drive a little thimble for this.
Yeah, I'm a baby. Look how little I am. Yeah, I like to do that. Like I'm just so little. I eat an almond and I'm full. Like I just want to be little. I think that's like the hardest thing for girls, and I think like that's kind of almost where some of like the body dysmorphia from girls comes from, especially if like you were tall earlier, or if like you like were an early like blossomer. What is that? Early developed. Yeah, you'd boobs. Yeah. If like you had that, like you don't feel like dainty, and like all girls want to be is like little babies. You know what I mean? Like you just like I think that's where the unrealistic beauty standards for men's height come from, because it's like I want to be tiny.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's the line that always stuck out for me, and I think we've actually talked about it before. In not Friends with Benefits. What's the other one? No Strings Attached. Is when Natalie Portman is dating Ashton Kutcher, and her and Mindy Kaling are gossiping about how hot he is. And she's like, it's crazy. When I'm with him, it looks like he's kidnapping me.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
He's like, I know, I'm so jealous.
That's so good, yeah.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, I want to like be like walking in a gust of wind comes, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's exactly how I want it to be.
So you grew, so like 8th grade, you had another like growth spurt? Like another,
yeah,
like 4
and
or 5 inches or some shit?
Yeah, I think I had my last little growth spurt like my junior year high school. Like I grew 1 more inch, but I was like 5'10" since like 8th grade. Like I was very tall.
That is tall.
Yeah. So I was killing it on my homeschool Christian basketball team that I was a
I was
part
gonna
of.
say you must have been great.
I was MVP. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, if you touched me, I'd fall over, but if my hands were up, you could not see the basket. You know what I mean? So it was.
I can't imagine you on a little tyke taking a charge.
Yeah. Yeah. No, one time in one of our games, I got so competitive. This is maybe the most embarrassing moment of my life.
Wait. I thought you were kidding. You actually had like games?
Yeah, on my homeschool Christian basketball team, of course.
But like
girls can play sports.
That's not what I mean. That's not the word that's jumping out at me there.
Yeah,
I know they're very mouthy on the court.
Yeah.
Wait. So when you are you making a joke? And I'm like, you played other homeschool teams?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
We had a state and we had nationals.
No, you're lying to me.
No, I'm not.
Homeschool.
Homeschool Christian. Not homeschool Buddhist, not homeschool.
You
homeschool
were
Christian.
homeschooled for how long?
Out the womb till college. Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, until college.
Home, like by your parents? Like,
yeah.
what does that mean? Like other kids come to your house, or like you by
No.
yourself?
That's my issue with the homeschool
It's
basketball
weird,
team.
yeah.
Are they
Okay,
other
okay,
homeschooled
yeah.
kids?
Other homeschooled kids.
Okay, I thought it was like just your family.
No, yeah. Well, that's why
Okay.
we had to have 5 kids. That's why there's 5 kids in my family. No. So,
I did not know this.
no. So, so other homeschool. I lived in Dallas, right? And in Dallas, there's a homeschool community, so it's not like that. It's
Not
it's
that
the
foreign or
norm.
whatever.
No, it's weird, but like it's like all of the homeschool kids in the area were on a basketball team together. Like that's like it, and it was just like all the kids in our age
And
group.
who coaches? Like one of the dads?
It's one of the dads, yeah.
And he's like making cuts and shit?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That's wacky.
And there was like politics, and we would all fight, but like
I'm
before the games,
sure.
we would pray.
Oh, Jesus.
And then like we'd like get in the car afterwards and we're like, oh, Mr. Whatever, only playing his kid. Like, oh, he doesn't, you know what I mean? Like talking shit.
Definitely.
And the name
So
of
are
the
you a
Lord.
religious freak?
Growing up?
Yeah.
Jesus freak, first of all.
Big time.
Religious,
Sorry.
no,
Pardon me.
Jesus.
Yeah.
More than a religion.
There's only one Father, the Almighty.
He's
Thank
inside
you
of
very
me.
much.
Yeah.
Jesus was, yeah, he's the real deal, I guess. He's a pretty
He
important guy.
was. Yeah, he was. I mean,
Actually,
like,
he literally wasn't the real deal. Like he was an important guy, but he's
yeah,
not really. You
I
know.
don't know. Like, I don't have a problem like with Jesus. I'm more like it's like the Bible because it's God's word, and I stopped taking men at their word. You know what I mean? Like, I don't take men at their word. Can't trust a thing he says. So, I mean, I'm cool though. Like, you know, I'm cool with Jesus. I'm cool with Jesus and God.
Jesus probably would be like, "What the fuck were you guys doing?"
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah, I
he's not
agree
the
with you.
problem.
Imagine
I
if
don't
you
know.
were.
No, I agree with you.
I
Jesus
mean,
was
he's
cool.
Probably a little bit of the problem.
Put yourself in Jesus' shoes. While he was here,
Sandals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice pair of Birks. It's 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And like someone writes a biography about you,
Right.
and you die,
But I'm dead.
you're dead.
That's the problem.
But say reincarnation was real,
Yeah.
and you came back and you're like, wait, you've been living this like it was important.
Right.
I was just living my life.
I was just hanging out. I tried to be nice to some
Like-
people. I might have
like-
done. I had a couple standout moments, but for the most part, I was
Yeah.
just regular. I was a carpenter.
Yeah.
You guys have
Like-
turned it into this.
Like this is what John did. This is what we all have to do. Dude,
No, yeah.
you should not have done what I did. I was miserable
Peter
down
was
here.
the real motherfucker, right?
Do you
Peter.
do you guys know the photographer David LaChapelle?
I know the name.
He like had
I
this.
think I know the name if you dropped the le. I'm not sure I know.
Yeah. He's also
No,
a
you-
comedian. He's also a comedian.
I think he was in like Entourage or something like that.
Yeah,
there's a reference.
But
It's
he
not
does like a
different.
lot of celebrity pictures. They're very, very beautiful. But he did this one like Jesus. It might have even been called Jesus Was My Homeboy, and it was like reimagined Jesus today.
I love how you say Jesus.
Jesus, am I saying it
You hit
weird?
the Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's really with you.
Jesus. So it was like Jesus, and he like had Jesus in like the how we picture him, white, you know, in like the robes, like the KKK robes, weirdly enough. But he's like, if it happened today, and so he's like, you know, he hung out with like the tax collectors, the whores. So like all the people that he's with at the Last Supper are like these kind of street, you know what I mean? And it like was really cool visual because it's like,
What was he wearing?
no, he was dressed like the way we envision Jesus.
Oh, still
but all
Jesus,
the people there were like,
Got it.
today who would be Mary Magdalene and who would be, and it was like, yeah, us Christians didn't get that message because we would never have dinner with those people. You know what I mean? Like, look at what she's wearing. Like,
The country club? No. Were you taught that Mary Magdalene was a whore?
okay, well, she like, asked for forgiveness. So, but yeah.
But you did okay. So
she was.
Chaps and I, because Chaps was a sermon or whatever. Chaps went to a pastor. He's a pastor, and he went to parochial school. Whatever the fuck you call it, I don't know. Bible school.
I don't think you got any of that right.
Seminary.
Seminary. There it is. Yeah. None of it. And
the exact opposite. Yeah.
We did like I don't know 5-10 podcasts during like the pandemic, where like we were just talking about religion, and Chaps was like kind of teaching me, but I went to Catholic school, so like I know a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, like that whore Mary Magdalene, and he's like, whoa, and then he wanted to explain that Catholicism was we're the only ones who learned, and I guess not, because you're not Catholic, right?
No. She was like, she turned from her ways. That's
but she was a whore.
She was, I mean, I believe she was a whore.
Yeah.
I believe prostitute. No, she was doing something really, really wrong. So that's why when she turned her life around and she like dropped the bottle of perfume and wiped it up with her hair, we were like, wow, look at her. Like,
but Chaps was like, he's like, I never learned that.
That was
really
that's the whole Da Vinci Code
like,
thing. Is that he was? It was just that she was his wife, and the Peter and those guys needed to like cut her out of the picture. So like she's a whore.
He was like she existed in his whatever he read the Bible, but whatever in his teaching.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That is it. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of really cool ones, and I think Mary Magdalene is in she kind of looks like Chloe Cherry. Actually, which is also like a cool sleigh, but like that's what they would look like today because they were all like kind of like not. Anyways,
did you know this Last Supper is painted on the wall of a place? Like it's not a painting.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, it was painted on the wall of I think a monastery. So they have to like, but there's been like weather and floods and wars and shit that they've like fortified around it forever to like make sure this thing lasts. Like, can't we just like I don't know.
Graffiti,
trim it down,
or just fucking and paint it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's wild. I did not know that.
So wait, you're raised a Jesus freak?
Yes, yeah.
And you still are religious or no?
I definitely like me and God are cool.
Yeah,
we're definitely cool. We're like doing our own thing, but like
did you have like
that's such a cheat?
Yeah, no, we're like super chill.
I love it.
We're super chill. Me and Jesus are chill.
Do you have?
Well, I don't follow any of the rules, but like
yeah, I told you can't take men at their word. You never know what they really mean. You know.
I like when I need to, I do that too. I'm like no. It's like my own thing. I
believe in spirituality. I don't believe in
when I'm talking to a priest. I'm like, no.
I need the Bruins to win. And I'm, praying
it is funny that whenever you're in a tough spot, you do always go to that. You're like, come on. It's my last straw. Like,
yep.
Like, all right,
please.
Giving 50% effort hasn't worked. Let me try the supernatural.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to people are like close, something close call. You would pray like, oh my God, please let me survive this. Yeah. I have this like clear. I think I just thought my parents would be so upset. Anytime like I clogged the toilet, I'd be like, God, please let it go down. Like,
no, that
I think
is
my
very
parents
relatable.
were going to be mad at me. So I was like, oh my God,
you did get big early on.
Yeah, I was like, God, please let it go down.
Caroline clogging the toilet with her shits again.
I was a monster 13-year-old. It's crazy.
High fiber diets at Homeschool.
Yeah.
I will say, if you've ever clogged a toilet like at someone else's place or whatever,
you pray.
That is a religious moment. That is
like,
a God please moment where it's like you've tried a bunch of things and you're going for one more flush. Like if this isn't the one, like if this isn't the one, nothing's gonna. We're not getting out of this.
David Sedaris has a fucking hilarious story. I don't know if it's a true story, or if it's just a story he wrote, but of like at like a cocktail party that he like a summer cocktail party out in the lawn kind of deal. Clogs the toilet and has to get like a bag out of under the sink.
See these stories, I'm like, where do you get why is that what you think you have to do?
It throws it out the window. But then like the cocktail party has to move, and everyone's like, is that a human shit in the yard?
Oh man, that's great. That is awful. Okay, so you get did you have a moment where you were like, I'm gonna go live a little more normal?
No, I think that those things just happen over time. Like, I think if you're like drawn to something that connects you to another group of people, like comedy or like, like I studied music in college, so it like led me to like a liberal arts school. Like you start
branching out,
you become close with people who grew up very different than you,
right? And
you start like finding like things that are very common with you, and then like your point of view changes. You know what I mean?
Right. But like through high school,
yeah.
Through high school, you are just like with other kids who are very religious,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I knew anyone who wasn't a Christian.
That's crazy.
And like a Christian. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, like die hard.
Yeah, like
This is in Dallas, you said?
Dallas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no Jews in Dallas.
no.
You're
No.
not seeing any Jews in Dallas.
No, it was crazy.
There aren't really any Jews
Israel,
outside of
Miami,
like this
that's it.
block.
There's 4 places.
This block. This office.
It's New York, Los Angeles. Miami is basically just New York, and they go down south, and then Israel.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
it.
in Massachusetts, I didn't know any Jewish people.
Yeah, you're not gonna find them.
No, yeah. I didn't know anyone who like really did any other like alternative to me type of like church. Like even like it was like, do you know he's a Catholic? Like even that we were like, they go to Catholic
that's
church.
even weird.
Weirdos.
Yo, if the Catholics are like,
you guys
not
are praying to
hardcore
Mary?
enough- So what are you? What's your thing called?
So we're just like, we're Christians. We're like, Baptist, non-denominational. Like those are all like, even Methodists, we were like.
But do you have a name? I'm saying, does your people have a name?
Not non-denominational, I guess.
You're taking the broad stroke Christian from us?
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, we're Christian. Here's the deal. Some people will see them as the same, but only like a real Christian knows they're not. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yo,
I actually don't.
It's
Yeah.
a secret sorority inside of the sorority.
I thought that's what Catholicism was.
No,
I thought we were the
you guys aren't the
hardcore.
real in. You guys aren't really in. You guys are hardcore, but you guys are like, yeah, but you can mess up and I can make it up to you. We're like, no, no messing up.
No messing up. No
So
confession.
that's why it was so weird that JFK
No confession,
was
no.
elected. Because JFK is still the only Catholic,
Yeah,
right?
everyone's Protestant. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird to me. I don't know. I guess we're founded on Protestant. Like the people. who came
I know
over
with JFK,
Protestant.
they were scared he was going to take all his stuff from the Pope. Like he was like whatever the Pope says.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
gonna do.
Got it.
See, because you guys have that too. Like we don't have that. We're just the Bible.
No
made-up
interpreter
book.
needed.
Yeah, we don't need this other guy.
Yeah, this book, totally real,
Totally real.
totally real stories.
We didn't find plates in the backyard like the Mormons. You know what I mean? Like we're just by the book.
Wow, I did not know that. Cool.
This ad is brought to you by HelloFresh. I am HelloFresh's biggest endorser, not paid endorser, paying endorser. HelloFresh takes the hassle out of mealtime this spring by delivering pre-portioned ingredients and easy-to-prepare recipes right to your door. It is so easy, even someone like me who doesn't know how to cook. Kevin likes to say I know how to cook because I've been doing HelloFresh for so long. I promise you, if you give me a bunch of ingredients without the instructions and the pre-portioned ingredients as HelloFresh does, I would have no idea what to do. Plus, you can skip the checkout lines and get outside in the warmer weather because HelloFresh has dinner covered. I had for lunch today, I had my sweet chili beef and green bean bowls. That's true. I did have that. Tonight, I think I'm going to have sweet and smoky pork tenderloin. Or I also have one of my 3 meals this week is a Southwest spiced chicken and cumin rice. Good food is too precious to waste. HelloFresh is pre-portioned ingredients, cut down on your food waste by at least 23% compared to grocery shopping. In fact, I've never thought of that. Now that I'm reading it, I'd never considered that when I used to go grocery shopping and I'd consider like, all right, I'm going to get it going. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. I'd end up with a bunch of just rotten food in my fridge. This is weekly food, exactly what you need. It is good for your wallet and it's good for the planet, which we all like to do. Spend less time in the kitchen with quick and easy meals like HelloFresh's fast and fresh pineapple chicken tacos. I have those all the time. Those are flames. Or falafel power bros. I have not had those. I don't think I'm much of a falafel guy, but the pineapple chicken tacos, I can guarantee you are fire. Those are 15 minutes or less. Basically, when I order every week, I get one healthy one steak one quick one. The 15 minutes or less, fresh pineapple chicken tacos, that's usually what I get. HelloFresh keeps your taste buds on their toes with 40 recipes and over 100 seasonal and convenience items to choose from each week. With so much variety, there are options for everyone and every lifestyle. Go to HelloFresh.com/KFC50 and use code KFC50 for 50% off, plus your first box ships free. That's HelloFresh.com/KFC5050. You'd code KFC5050 for 50% off, 50, and your first box ships free.
So this is your this is your coming out party.
Yeah. I guess
This
so.
this show is
I'm gay.
It's like exceedingly hard to put out good content and
Yeah.
to find the right people and make it and put it out and have it be well received and all that. It's like one in a million. It really is. Like, you can do this for a long time and not find the right people. And then when you do find the right people, you put it out at the wrong time or the wrong way.
Yeah.
There's a million factors that go into it. So when you get something like even just one episode in with Please End This, it's something to celebrate. It's really
That's
cool.
really nice of you. I appreciate that. I feel like very.
And you did it quick. I mean, you've been here what, like maybe like a year or something? I don't know.
Not even like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm happy that it's like. I was like trying to do a podcast and I felt like I would like cry while I edited it. I was like, I don't want to put this out. Like, I hate this so much. And it's not because I hate podcasting or anything like that, but it was just because like I wasn't like passionate about it, and it was a lot of time to be editing something I wasn't passionate about. And then Tommy and Rudy, like I felt with Tommy, like my first week here, me and Tommy made a video that did really well and got posted on Main, and like Andrew Schultz like DM'd me, was like, this video is so funny, and it was
What
like
video was that?
it was me and Tommy like doing a sex podcast.
Oh yeah.
And it was like really awkward.
Right.
And so I kind of like felt like some comedy chemistry with Tommy. Also, he's just like so funny to begin with. And so I asked him to do the pod, but it's just still like kind of felt like, yeah, you better subscribe. Thank you. We needed that. I was like, please subscribe.
I noticed that was on the screen. I was like, I thought I already did this.
Yeah. No, but and then Tommy, like I was like, Tommy, you want to do like this podcast with me? And he was like, yeah, like.
Tommy's an interesting cat because he stumbled into this, like he started out just like, I want to work at Barstool, like behind the scenes almost, and then he gets thrown into content kind of like for the wrong reasons, but then runs for the right reasons, and then all of a sudden I was like, Tommy's like kind of naturally like the funniest person here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and he has big goals for himself.
Is funny.
No.
Yeah.
And then you talk to Tommy, you're like, oh wait, he's fucking hilarious. Tommy, you better not be
it's
listening
like
to
a
this.
mix of, it's like Curb humor with New York humor, this whole thing. And you're like, but
say Jewish. We're all thinking it.
Yeah.
He's the most Jewish
It's
non-Jew
Curb New
of
York
all
humor.
time. He is just a Jew. He is just the Jewiest kid in the world.
That's so funny.
The fact that he's
it's like a little bit of Seinfeld.
Like I picture him with a bagel. And like,
You got that big nose.
the fact that he is Scabelli is like insane. I think he does like the 7 fishes on Christmas Eve and shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get
we have two separate kitchens,
man.
for the thing.
I found out he wasn't Jewish because someone at a bar came up to me and was like, hey, like, I love Barstool. Like, Tommy's not Jewish. I was like, that meme of that girl, like I was like, wait, you're right. Like, that's crazy.
When he did Surviving Barstool, he got sick from being just like in the office.
No, he
too
looked.
So
me and Rudy
ill.
have talked about that. He looked like he got like lip injections.
Yeah.
His skin was like the
you
wrong
are the
color.
Most frail.
I think
in the
he
world.
said that I don't know if it's he asked people to move seats or something like that, but on planes he like tries for the aisle because he has to pee like 6 times per flight.
He's an
or
old
something
Jewish
like
man.
that.
He has to
He's
pee.
so
He gets
funny.
allergies. He's sick. He's worried. He's frail. It's crazy.
Yeah, and
And
those people
he's-
are always comedic gold. Like they're just so.
They really
funny.
are. It's just like his, your life is just so absurd. So anyway, it's funny for him though, because you're coming in from very different. Like you win a comedy contest.
Yeah.
Did you
content
win?
Contest?
Yeah, I won.
You literally won.
I technically won.
You
Well,
technically
yeah,
won.
she's
Okay.
everybody. from
Right,
that
like the-
crowd.
Everyone was a
Caroline
winner.
won.
Right.
in that
There were
competition.
participation trophies in the form of fucking salaries.
It's like crazy if you didn't win. Like, it's like,
Yeah. Honestly, if you were on that Barstool Idol and you don't have a job, you stay.
You want to know
Sorry.
what's crazy? Like the only person who didn't get a job is the person we were like. I think we both put pretty high when they came on because you guys all did a KFC radio. No, you guys all did pints.
yes, yeah.
The big fat guy.
the bigger guy.
Luke.
But he was
Yeah.
like kind of already making some content or some shit, right?
Yeah, he was like famous. I remember being like,
Yeah,
oh my God,
he
he had so
was-
many
I
followers.
remember
Oh,
being like,
really?
this guy already kind of has like a job making content.
Yeah.
But so yeah, but you were the winner.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Even though everyone's a winner, everyone got a participation
Who did you
trophy.
beat? Like who was the?
I beat. Well, John Rich got hired before I won.
Right, but he also was the first to lose, wasn't he?
That was so weird.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
I
Dave
think he
just,
was like the
liked
first-
him or something.
Not. I think the Yak did the wheel, so that he wasn't that one. But I think he was like the first voted off or whatever you call it. And Dale was like, "Nah, he gets the job."
Who was
anyway.
in the final? Like
It was me and Danny.
Danny, right?
Prank-
okay.
prank.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I technically won. Like it said winner. Like there's like a YouTube thumbnail of me. Yeah. Everyone's pictures are like blurred out. So technically me. But yeah, so
but that's like, you're doing music, you're funny, like
Were you already
you're
doing
here to make
stand-up then?
content.
I was already doing stand-up then, yeah. Also, like, when you get hired here, like, you realize, like, getting hired here is the craziest. Like, everyone else, like, has to, like, intern and, like, walk around the office for a couple of years. And, like, you know what I mean? So it's, like, when I got hired, like, it was almost, like, weird that we hired this girl. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's what I mean, though. It's like a little bit of a fast track, and it's a little bit like,
It is weird.
go, like do.
And
now.
it's hard-
Now you do, and it's like, what? Like,
Exactly.
you don't have a producer, you don't have a boss, you don't have a partner, you don't have anything. It's like, okay, like I won, but now what?
Even
you
the
know?
people who have
Exactly.
to like just exist here for a while, for years, to the point where when they get hired, it's like, you didn't already work here.
I know, I always feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you were
And,
doing all that and you weren't getting paid? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
But they at least have like relationships where they can be like, all right, like let's do a show together, or let's
Yeah.
Exactly.
like, work on
Right,
this
yeah, you
together.
come in, the only thing we know about you is
is
what we've
negative
seen.
because you won, so you already need to get taken down a peg.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know.
Truly, I'm sure the amount of people were just like, oh, like she's, she just won, she got lucky for a couple weeks or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's probably not the way.
No, I don't think it was
It's
the
a lot
best
of
way.
exposure and
Yeah.
shit like that. But yeah, I'm sure you felt like pressure in a negative way from
Yeah,
that.
I think that there was one person who was like, well, it was like there were a bunch of interns in the gambling cave.
Yeah.
I almost said the gambling pit. Like we throw you in the pit.
It's probably a better description.
Yeah, and someone did
we
say
should call
something.
it the pen, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
fucking-
the gambling prison. And someone said something about like, oh, well, you just got hired or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, I never crossed my mind that like it was weird that I got hired.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Also, it's like
You just
as a
got hired.
viewer, like you like certain people, and I voted for the
Yeah.
other guy. So like right away, you're pit against people.
And still am like in the comments. It's like we all got hired. Like,
I know, really. That's the one competition show that there wasn't that.
No.
But right away, if like you're watching something like that and you disagree, you're like, I don't think that girl's funny. So like now I'm gonna comment that or whatever.
Exactly.
Whereas it's just like if you stumbled your way into it, I don't know. It just seems it's more just like bright lights on you, focus on you, and a little bit more of a polarizing way. That's not easy. That's
No, I love attention though, but it was not easy, I will
Yeah.
say. And also, like, I was so poor that I had just done my hair myself, and my hair looked awful. So, like, my first like 2 months working here, like, I'm the ugliest, like, so bad. But
When you say done your hair yourself, you cut it yourself?
no, I like dyed it myself.
Oh.
And it looked so bad. So, like, thank God, like, a few paychecks, and I was like, I gotta get my hair fixed. Well, actually, like, my boyfriend was like, you have to go get your hair fixed. Like, he was like, we have to fix this. I was like, oh my God. That's how I found out he was gay. But I'm just kidding. But he was like, you got to get that fixed.
That's a great story too, though. At the end, like that is, it's like I was poor and ugly on camera, just like scrapping my way to try to
no,
make
it was
and, like,
so bad. I had just lost my insurance because I had turned 26.
Uh-huh.
And so like I didn't have like my like mental health medication while I was at
Oh,
Barstool Idol,
fuck.
which might have actually helped in some ways because I was like crazy.
Yeah.
But I definitely was like, oh man, we better get this job. Because
What were you doing prior? Any work at all?
I
Any-
was waitressing and nannying like my whole time in New York. And then like a week or 2 weeks before I got like a freelance job running the TikTok of a bunch of like different like corporate companies. So I was making good money, but I didn't have insurance.
What? How old were like the kids you're taking care of when you were nannying?
Ooh, like under 10. Like I had like a 6-year-old, and I had like crazy stories
No
with
joke,
those.
though. Yeah, I'm sure.
With those New York City kids, like they're
in
next
Manhattan?
level. Yeah, next level.
Taking care of Manhattan kids is scary.
Yeah, where are your kids? Are they
We're in
Manhattan
Westchester.
kids?
So,
okay.
But like,
great,
if you grow up like I work in New York City. We're in New York City. We go to events in New York City. We don't live. If you live your formative years in Manhattan, specifically the boroughs, but specifically Manhattan, you're crazy.
Really?
You're crazy. You're crazy,
Yeah?
or you're Jewish, or you're a crazy Jewish person,
Or
Like,
both, yeah.
It's like it's just not normal. You don't ride your bike. You don't have a backyard. You don't. You
I
ride the
know.
subway when you're like 5. You're
know.
you're stepping over homeless people at 3. It's just not normal. So by the time they are like, I can't even believe they like listen to a nanny. I'm sure they'd be like, fuck you, lady.
There were a few
Like,
times like that. Yeah.
Oh,
so
that
you feel
tall
like
bitch is back. Fuck her.
I know. No, it's bad. But would you you wouldn't ever move your kids into the city, like
I
ever.
really don't think so.
Even
really don't think
teenage.
so. I almost think that's like worse. Like teenage is
I
like.
agree.
I mean, because you just start living. Like even I went to college at Fordham, which is in the Bronx, but we would go into the city enough, and then I had friends who lived in NYU. I went to NYU. You don't do college. You just go to bars and you go to
That makes
and
sense.
it's fun, but it's just like we didn't do college. We just did New York City.
Yeah.
So I think if you start whenever you start that process is like you're kind of there's plenty of years to live in a city and do the city life,
Yeah.
I would rather like be a kid, be a high school kid,
Yeah.
go to college. Because if you just go to the city, you just do New York. you
Yeah.
know?
Also, like, there's like I know that
And
like
it's so expensive. There's a million reasons.
also like kids being drunk and like getting on the train. Like, what if they fall?
It's
You know what I
there's
mean?
We did
million
it with
things like that.
We had pirate water, and we had the a float in the St. Patrick's Day parade in Southie in Boston, and we went up there. They were not drunk on pirate water. They were drunk on other things.
Right.
But
So we only
like,
served
Borgs,
21-year-olds.
actually, to be totally honest. I know what they were drunk on. They all had Borgs with them. And it was
Those are
like
crazy.
drunk, like 12-year-olds. And I was like, dude, go
Crazy.
home.
Yeah.
Get the
Go
fuck
ride your
out of
bike.
here.
Go play a video game.
there's
Go read a book.
Nothing more concerning than a drunk child.
When did what was the first time you got drunk? Like, what age?
I wasn't late. I wasn't early. I think it was probably right around the same time. I was probably sophomore in high school. And then the first time I started drinking with any regularity, probably junior year, I was probably going to like 1 or 2 parties a month. And then senior year, I was drinking every weekend.
Okay. And haven't stopped since. Keep going strong.
And
Yeah.
haven't stopped.
Haven't stopped since.
No, I'm off right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're on meds.
I was early. I started in like the first time I got drunk was 8th grade.
That's so
It
early.
was early.
Like,
And
I don't know if I had
was,
my
like-
period
But
yet.
I was in. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't in Manhattan, but I was like drinking in the Bronx with my friends. So like you're in.
I would
When
think
you're around that, I remember buying
What was your first drink?
Bacardi Limon.
Mine
I
was
split a
Mike's
half. I drank a half a bottle of Bacardi Limon. Me and my
right
buddy,
off the gate.
Me and JJ, the Yankees blogger, we split a bottle, and I threw up in my buddy's shoes. I mean, because we had like lemons. We were just like shot, and I would suck on the lemon, and I drank a half a bottle, and I puked everywhere, and I've never had it since.
Mm.
But I remember buying like dime bags and nickel bags of weed, being like, "How much for a dime bag?" And they're like, $10, you fucking moron. That's why it's a dime bag. I was like, if you don't know those things, you're too young to be fucking buying weed. You know?
Literally, yeah.
And
Completely.
so like dumb shit.
like I did
that.
not know that until literally the second. Like, I'm too young to be buying weed.
Well, it just nobody
I'm also
really
a girl,
does
like,
it that way. Yeah,
girls-
Don't buy. You
If
buy
if you're a
drugs.
girl and buy your own drugs, you are.
No, if you're a girl and you're buying your own drugs, like, talk to
Kill
me.
yourself.
You're wearing the wrong shade of makeup or something. Like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Anybody, it doesn't matter, tall, short. Like,
No,
what you
it's
look
not.
Like does not matter.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
everybody
it's.
can
They
get
might
some
not know
boys.
you're a girl. That might be the only problem. You might need to just tell them. Like,
Someone did that recently. I forget if it was a show I was at or if it was a show I saw on YouTube or whatever. But it was a comedian, and he like just points to a girl and he's like, "How much does cocaine cost?" And she's like,
No
"I have
idea.
no idea."
I have no idea.
Same thing. I mean, even drinks. It's like I love the difference if you talk to girls about Vegas and guys about Vegas.
They're like, it's so cheap.
Vegas costs $10,000 to go if you're a guy. Girls are like, let's just get the plane tickets. That's it. That's all
Yeah,
you need to do.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember going for my brother's bachelor party, and he had a particularly big group of friends, but we bought like the big bottle of vodka at the club, and I watched it go around like the circle once. Like everybody could pour one drink, and then it got back to me, and the bottle girl didn't even leave. She said, "Do you want another one?" And I was like, I guess so. And they were $900 each. Like,
Oh my
I was
God.
like, I'm paying $900 for one drink.
That's insane.
I was the best man, and I was trying to like pay for everybody and shit. So I was like, that was a $900 drink.
But you're always going to be
And-
invited to the parties. Like,
Yeah, well, but like then I'm looking around at the girls coming in, and I'm like, none of them have any idea. No idea,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. That is sad.
It
That
was
is a
like
little.
10. At the time, like I paid $10,000 for like the weekend, and I was like, oh my god.
I had that once where we were at. It was not in Vegas. It was in Connecticut, but we were at a casino and we were at Foxwoods. No, we were at Mohegan Sun. We were at Foxwoods, and it was with Barstool, and we were at the Red Sox winter weekend type deal. And this was like 7 years ago now, and we got a table, and I was the first person to the party, and I had to give them my credit card. But I didn't even have a credit card at the time. So I gave them like a red Bank of America debit card, like my picture.
I have it. I have that one. Yeah, I know it.
And I was like it was like one of those like out of a movie, like they had to rip it out of my hands. I was like, here you go. And they're like, let go. And then we get there and we're sitting at the table. It's just me, and I think it was me and a girl and a buddy or something like that. and we're just sitting there like praying someone doesn't come ask us to order. I'm like, we're good right now. We're good. And someone's like, what do you guys want? And I was like, fuck. Okay, can we just do a bottle of Tito's? And that was the cheapest vodka I could think of that they would have in there. And she's like, yep, okay. And I was like, and can you not do, like, they were doing the bottle service. Like, can you not do any of that? Like, just, like, put it in your back pocket and sneak it up here.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be, like, a show for a single bottle of Tito's. It's a
Yeah.
$30 bottle of alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
And not to mention that's also, like, go to that guy for drinks now. You know,
Yeah.
like, signaling where to go.
And they come up and they're like, sorry, we have to do it. Almost like them
They
singing
have to do it?
Yes, we have to do it. And they come up, they got like the bottles with the sprinklers in it are 10 times the size of the bottle they're bringing us.
No, you're joking.
And presenting to us. And they got the sign, they're like, welcome Feitelberg or something like that. And I was like, this is the worst. And then the Boston Red Sox came. So it was like Red Sox winter weekend. And like the whole team came and they're like sitting at our table. And I was like, I have a debit card with
like $400 in the bank account.
Maybe, bro. Like, I don't know if I'm going to cover that fucking bottle of Tito's.
Oh my gosh.
And I went and had to like bully one of the Red Sox into putting his card down. It was Rick Porcello. And I was like, dude, you signed a $17 million contract today. Switch fucking cards with me.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. That is so terrible.
The stress that women have their stresses, don't get me wrong. But the
Totally.
stress that you feel when it's your card down and you're like no one get. Dude, and it was the same type of deal too, where she like didn't leave, but it was because they knew the Red Sox were coming and they knew like people, they thought we had more money than we did. It was like me, Coley, and Carabas. And
everybody thinks, Barstool's rich.
No, like at bars, like women could get like drugged, but like you are gonna lose all your money.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like honestly,
You might get drugged. We
we
are
gonna lose all of our
That is a fact.
I will not have a place to live. Like, no,
but
I'm with
she
you.
wasn't even like, she was like our waitress, but there were just three of us sitting there right next to the DJ booth. So the fucking thing's just.
This
holding
sounds
our
like
ear.
my worst nightmare.
Terrible.
And she's not leaving, so she's like, you take a sip, and she's like, you want me to top it off? It's like, absolutely not. I want to conserve every fucking drop of that. I'll take another scoop of ice if you don't mind.
Yeah. You have any more cranberry juice?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds like my biggest
terrible.
nightmare. I don't really like clubs or anything.
No,
I haven't done
I feel like
probably since that night.
clubs had a moment. I think my like age was kind of like the last people to really do that, and then like people just kind of smartened up and were like, this is crazy.
There's still a lot of people
always
who
gonna be a
go.
club scene for sure.
Yeah.
But it was almost like that's what you had to do, you know?
No, it is what you had
And-
to do. And also, have you ever seen those memes that are like, why did we look like we were going business casual to the club?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
So funny.
Dude,
like
I
a
remember-
pencil skirt. Like,
I remember getting a after prom like outfit for the club, and it was like black pants and a collared
It's
shirt,
so
like,
funny.
button up, and I was like,
Untucked.
what the?
But it was
fuck
before
is
like the
this?
like dress shirts got made where they kind of just went a little bit over.
Yeah.
Like an untucked dress shirt used to go to your fucking knees.
so long.
'Cause it was-
tie around your head so
Yeah.
they know that
Well,
you have the one bottle of Tito's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, it's so bad, so bad.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. I see. Like, I prefer to like sit around and talk. Like I love your new podcast studio, but I do love how podcast studios are like to look authentic. Like it's like just a unorganized room.
Yeah.
So like this is like ideally like what I would want to do on the weekends, like sit in an unorganized room.
Totally. It's like I want to go somewhere where people can hear my jokes.
Exactly. Literally. Yeah.
Make sure you laugh at me.
I want good lighting so you can see me. Like the clubs are too dark.
Yo,
Yeah.
I can't hear or see anything out at all anymore.
I know.
I'm like, don't even come up to me if we're at a bar and try to talk to me because I'm just yesing you. I'm just, I got
Yeah.
nothing. I can't hear. Don't want to hear. Too tall, too short. I can't.
Literally,
Fucking
yeah.
awful.
I think of
Let's just
hearing-
sit down somewhere and eat food and drink and talk.
I think of hearing how you've explained relationships before, where you're like, it's not supposed to be like people say it's supposed to be work. It's not work. Like I shouldn't have to strain myself to
I
hear you.
completely agree.
And then when I talk, I feel like I have to yell. I lose my voice because I like.
I did it just last night. Where I was out with like a big table, and
Oh, brag.
it was all my family members, and
Still brag. Like, honestly, your family talks to you. That's awesome.
well, they didn't disown you because you went to liberal arts college.
Yeah, no, that they pay for.
But they were like my mom and like her sister were having this conversation here. My sister, and, like
the
my
worst.
and I was like, I was trying to talk to whoever was sitting in front of me, and I don't even remember who I was talking to. And I literally like I made the active decision. I was like, I'm gonna stop listening now.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I
Checking out.
It's too exhausting.
much.
to pay
My
attention here.
favorite thing is when like someone else kind of takes over the conversation and I can just give the social cues that I'm no longer involved. I'm just looking around like. You take that.
Yeah.
I want a podcast. Like I want to listen to a podcast. Yeah, I want to sit there with everyone around. And also, like someone said this one time, and it's totally true. Like this job is such a social. Like I'm socializing right now, and I'm like kind of an introvert. So it's like at the weekend, like I'm not gonna want to like go eat.
Dude,
like
the amount of people who have, and this is more in recent years, I guess, who will introduce me and be like, he's not like you think, and I'm like. Pretty sure that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
But they'll be like, yeah, I don't talk at all, really.
Yeah.
He's
taller than you think. He's not funny.
It's crazy. He's not short, but he is a mute.
I have a hard time having conversations now in public. And I think it's because like I'm like, I don't have any privacy. And not that we're like celebrities, but I always have this. And it's probably because of shit we've gone through. Yeah. But like, I'm always like, someone's listening. And then I was talking about this weekend, and I was like, you talking to a microphone. What do you mean you're like private? I'm like, but I know that's not private. So I know what I'm saying into this.
But it's also, this is just a 3-person conversation. It's like a lot of people are going to listen to it. But like going like at a wedding, I'm way overwhelmed. At a place where there's a huge table of people, it's like, I'm usually only talking to like one other guy.
Well, it's because they expect you to talk like the 1 minute man. Like they expect you to be like, hey, what's going on? I think that, you know what I mean? Like
how awful would that be?
I know, that would be
just
crazy.
Walked up to a table, I was like, I got big news for you guys.
Yeah.
No, that's awful, but I guess they expect it. That happened to me in 2009, and it's been happening ever since. Like when I first started, a guy said, he introduced me. He was like one of the original fans of Barstool because it was legitimately the first year I worked here. And he said, let me introduce you to my wife. And he said, he's a lot funnier on the website than he is. And
Oh my God.
Cool, nice. And then, but like always, people will be like, you're more quiet than I thought, or this than I thought. And I'm like, I don't
know. That's
sorry to
crazy.
disappoint, bro. I don't know. Like I'm just.
Well, I'm on this side with you, but I prefer that. Like I prefer like the people that I look up to be normal.
Yeah.
Like why would I want like if like
crazy to want like the person
it's
to
so
be performing to
you. You meet someone and you're like, oh, you're always on? Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like that.
We've definitely, like, the reason why we work and have paired off and broken off a little bit, like, there's been people throughout who, you know, they join up and it's like, oh, cool, that person's cool. And then, like, you do an event with them or you hang out with them and you're like, oh, never mind. Okay.
This is
like,
an always
you're one
constant
of those,
thing.
like, this is, you take this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I know what you mean exactly.
There's, like, either you do it or you live it, kind of. You know what I mean?
I think that's like almost like an unspoken thing. Like, you know who is and who isn't.
Yeah,
like, even in this office, like you said, I'm like, yep, I know. Yeah.
Right.
Dude, you talk like always, not even always being on, but just like this social thing. And just the other Monday, I drove home with my dad from New York, which is like a 4-hour drive. And we had a marathon day Monday. Monday, we had like, fuck it, bang, 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 bang. And so we get in the car right after work, and my dad's like, how's your day? And I laid out the interviews and the shows we did and this and that. And he's like, geez, that's a lot of talking. Like, I remember, like, because my dad's a salesman. So he's like, I remember coming home and, like, your mom would get mad at me sometimes because I didn't want to talk when I got home. Mm-hmm. And he's like, so I know exactly what you mean. So I'll just shut up and I'll let you relax. And that motherfucker didn't shut up. And I was like, I don't think you get it then. I don't think you get it when you're talking.
Well, no, you know what's funny is I have people who are like, especially now, people who work from home.
Yeah.
It's like, you work from home all day. You don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I talk all day. I'll come home. You can talk to me. But I'm absolutely just going to be going,
Bro, I was giving
while I'm playing a video game or drink or eat or whatever.
It's a different kind of like stimulation.
Like, as long as that works. Some people just need to talk and get it out or vent. And if you can find that, that's perfect. I'm not going to engage back. I probably don't remember what you said. I probably whatever.
That like part of your brain is overworked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was giving him
sounds so like
grunts.
Champagne.
No, it's very real though.
Yeah. Like, and then this and that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, we did the other day. I had a meeting at 10:30, an interview at 11:30. After that interview, I had like a business meeting with that guy. We then did the podcast, and then we interviewed, and then I talked to someone when I drove home. And it was like 10:30 to 7 of like I didn't eat, I just talked. And that's, we're not digging ditches or not curing cancer, but that shit sucks. Right?
And after
I
you
challenge
do
anybody
that,
to talk that long.
Yeah.
It's fucking exhausting.
after you do that, don't you start to like almost get like embarrassed of yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
Like I'm like, oh my God, everything I've ever done is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Like I have to disintegrate. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like only because you've overexhausted that muscle, but it's like, and it's even your job. Like obviously you don't actually feel that way about yourself. But after you talk that long, it's like,
I'm like, who am I? Who the fuck do I,
Yeah.
why am I talking this much? There's no way you should be talking this much to these many people about these many things. Like, shut up, you fucking loser.
I feel you. Yeah.
So I'm
And
depressed.
there are things that you don't even care
I have no
about.
self-esteem.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I just talked for an hour, but I don't give a shit.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the big difference though here, and I wonder where you're at with this. Is like when people are like, and this is more probably me personally because I get fired up about a lot of shit and I argue online a lot and shit, but I don't really care. Like I will passionately argue and debate you because that's just what I like to do.
Yeah.
I like to win arguments. I like to be right. I do enjoy like,
Kind of competitive.
yeah. But I'm not like, so they'll be like, you've been arguing about this all day. I'm like, I don't really fucking care though. Like,
Yeah.
You've sent like 10 tweets about that. That takes 10 seconds. Tweet. Like, you know what I mean? So I think people, but when all they know about you is like your online persona, I can understand why it comes across as like, I'm angry and I'm, whatever. It's like, oh no, we had Lewis Black interviewed the other day. He was awesome. And his line was, I am a happy man, happy person, angry citizen. Like when I talk about the world
I see
and
that.
topics and shit, I get fired up.
It's like very East
I'm
Coast.
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably it too. I think I'm very like New York. But I'm like, I don't actually care about this.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I also think that's a little bit more like, I think it is a little bit more of like a male trait. I don't think it's like only a male trait by any means, but I do think it's a little bit more male. It's a little bit more comedy and it's a little bit more East Coast because I hear like they'll be out there like fighting about things and I'll like go back and forth and like have fun in the discussion. And then like 15 minutes in, I'm like, guys, I'm over this. Like, and like they're still going.
We'll drag it out.
Yeah.
But I am equally like, I don't really care about this, but I will. I mean, I can't say I don't care about it if I argue about it for like 3 days straight.
That's true.
But when it's like
I feel
over or I'm wrong or right or whatever, it's just like, and what's next? What's the next topic I'm going to argue about? Like it just kind of keeps.
But it's like
going.
that's like your gift. Like your gift is like doing
I guess
that.
so.
Like
yeah.
coming up, like it's like critical thinking. And I know that this is gonna sound like you're
If
like
that's our gift, can I return it?
For
yeah,
real.
No, I know.
I want another one.
I know. But like I think that people who like, don't get this new like media and content, like it is so stupid. It's why these people keep talking. But it's like critical thinking. Like you can see it from this point of view. And now we're doing this argument.
No, I love that. I do
debate
genuinely
club.
like I'm never like I would never argue something I don't actually believe, but I could,
No,
what I mean?
definitely.
Like I can play both sides of this. I can see both sides of it. I get where you're coming from, like all that shit.
The side I believe is always the opposite of whatever you believe. Whoever I'm talking to, I'm like, I disagree with you.
Or do you ever do that and then like 2 days later in the shower, you're like, oh shit, it was the other one. I was wrong.
This show is brought to you by Betterhelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and changing. It is a hard thing to do. It is a stressful thing to do. It is a really bad idea to keep all of that bottled up inside. So therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way we do until we talk through things. I used to do it myself in the shower. It didn't work out so well. I started doing it with a therapist. It works out a little bit better, a lot better. Look at me now. I'm a vision of health. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. The KFC Radio team does. It is entirely online, which is huge. You don't have to sit in waiting rooms. Don't have to get prepared. Don't have to get dressed up to go to the therapist. I used to do that all the time. I never even talked about that with my therapist, but that's probably something I should have done. Been like, why do I feel the need to impress you so badly? With this, you can just sit at home on your computer. You can telehealth. You can text. You can do a phone call. Whatever is best for you. It is convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. It has all the hours of the day, too. That is the nice thing. Usually you have to kind of leave work to get into therapy. Not this. It is all hours of the day. So just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/KFC today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/KFC.
I thought this the other day. Why don't we try to harness shower power? Like I think it's like
what power?
shower power.
Shower power. I was like, what are you saying?
I think it's
White. He said white.
Yeah. Like, what are you?
I think it's been like scientifically proven that like when you take a shower, when you go for a walk, when you
Do you want to know why? Because
Why?
you're on your phone.
yeah, probably.
You just need to put your phone away.
probably.
Like if we
I'm
did,
just using my brain.
no, if we went to the if we didn't take our phones into the bathroom,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you could write like a script in the
Like
bathroom.
we should all hop in the shower. Yeah. And,
we
then
should all get in the shower.
Let's get in the shower together.
Podcast in the shower.
Let's get in our own showers.
Yeah.
But like Zoom.
Yeah, totally.
And like you Tommy,
Full body camera.
You, Tommy, and Rudy should plan your next episodes in the shower.
No, I
funny.
do think I agree with you, but I do think it's like the phone. I do. I think you just are letting yourself. You're like, I'm so vulnerable. I'm wet, naked,
Yeah.
and I'm alone and like I'm comfortable.
But you do always think of like you know it's like the joke. It's like the Costanza joke of like, oh, I should have said this in that argument.
I know.
Or I wish I had this. Like but yeah, maybe it is just I can't. The reason I am on my phone all the time now is because if I'm alone with my thoughts, I don't like that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's just not fun.
Definitely understandable. Yeah. No, I like the like marketing to the depressed that this show does.
So, yeah, we do that a lot.
It's really great.
But we also belittle because you shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah. You guys are like
we're
the-
very over the mental health. Like everyone
Yeah.
has problems. Like yeah, we know. So shut the
No,
fuck
it's like that like be a man. You know what I mean? Like everyone's depressed. Everyone wants to kill themselves. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right.
Like I love it.
It is like it is always like those are always the viral memes or viral tweets too, where it's like, am I the only one who like drives on the highway and thinks maybe I should just swerve into oncoming traffic?
No.
No, it's
you're
all
not.
of us.
The reason,
Yeah.
why,
Like,
the reason why I went viral is because everyone thinks
Right,
the same
right.
thing.
It's
You're not-
we're literally living in Bird Box.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want someone to tweet one of those that where it is just them. No, am I the only one who
Am I
thinks
the only
about
one who's
like
ever almost lost
strangling
soap
the
in my
kid to
ass?
death? It's like yeah.
It's just you.
when you are in the shower, Caroline, when you wash your ass.
Shower.
We were just having a conversation. Charles Barkley said that he almost once lost a hotel soap bar up his ass,
Oh,
and so he travels with
So
his
he's a
own
bottom.
big bar.
he's definitely a
So
bottom.
I said, "How big is Charles Barkley's asshole?" But then we were
Stretch.
discussing how much you clean your ass because John was like, I've never gotten up in there, and I was like, maybe you should.
No, I think you should. I don't think it has to be like. Well,
I
okay.
think
Also,
I'm gonna let
boys
medical
are hairier.
professionals handle that if I ever venture
Do you
down.
put a
that
little
path.
digit in there?
Yeah, well, you're hairier, so you really do gotta get.
I'm not hairy at all.
You're a boy though.
No.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. He's
Like you're
gender
seal.
fluid or something.
Yeah.
Non-binary, whatever. He's
This
not.
is my butt's like my arm. Look at that. That's fucking
It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. He doesn't wear deodorant, but he's not stinky. He doesn't wash his hair,
Really?
but it doesn't get greasy. And I guess he doesn't have a hairy asshole. That one I can't confirm.
Wow. What's it like
Nor
being
deny.
perfect?
When I speak about my butt, I'm always speaking cheek.
Cheek.
Yeah,
So you
which
got
is
a
why
hairy
I was
asshole?
surprised when I saw your butt and there was like no hair because you've always said you had a hairy butt. When we showed each other our
Nobody's
balls,
cheeks
Well,
are
bro.
hairy, bro.
No, I think that some people's cheeks are hairy.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Those people are literally Sasquatch.
Yeah.
that was back in the old office. We had Bert
You were
Kreischer,
picturing like my cheeks were had hair.
yeah, dude, like fucking.
I'm not Italian.
like the was it in fucking in Jumanji when he comes back Monkey Boy and I thought that's what your cheeks looked like.
no. That's so funny to think that when I showed you my balls, you're like, oh,
I was like, Kevin's got a fucking bare ass butt. What the hell?
No, my butt's bare, but it's like
Was this in the shower?
No, we
no,
did
it
the
was,
other
I was at
studio.
work. we
Bert
did an
Kreischer says
episode
you-
with Bert Kreischer. He said, well, he took a picture.
Oh my god, that was a video.
Yeah, it was.
We
a video.
took the picture. We took the screenshot.
We took the screenshot. He was, I guess, mooning people on a plane, and
It was a private plane.
it was, yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was-
That's better. That's better. Yeah.
the reason I didn't say that is because I know they get weird about like it's like they don't want to promote that they're on private planes a lot. But
Yeah.
in that case, you should specify.
I think
Yeah.
that was on his bus.
What's that?
That was
Oh,
on
that was on the
bus.
bus?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But he just like pulled his pants down, bent over,
Poor.
and walked backwards towards the camera. And his balls were swanging like a grandfather clock. They were down to in between, like they were down to like halfway to his
Like that
knees.
one dog at the dog park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've many times talked about when you have long ball days and short ball days, and so Bert came in and we were like, everybody showed each other. It was a great moment. It
Long
was a
ball
great
days. Who
moment
had the
in
perkiest?
masculinity.
What's that?
Who had the perkiest balls?
I don't think any of those balls that day could be described as perky. It was. I heard
Oh,
stories.
is this on camera?
You couldn't see our balls, but
Okay.
doing it was on camera. Yeah,
That's
and it was
insane.
so fun. There's still shots of like John and Bert looking at me, and then me and John looking at Bert, and then me and John. You know, all the
He's
combinations.
pulling up the balls right now. Yeah.
And the pictures of the guys looking like laughing.
That is
hysterically,
funny. That's
and
very
the guy,
funny.
Like bending over, laughing too. It's a really genuinely good moment of like I've heard stories. Oh, we also simulated sucking dick. It was a really gay podcast.
Yeah, this is
After that,
no.
yeah,
the
you
thing
said
about
you, like,
we deep throated a Poland
no,
spring
the thing
bottle.
about boys that are so funny is like the
So gay?
straighter you are, that you're just so gay.
Yeah, no,
Like,
if
you
you're
know what
not-
I
If
mean?
you're not gay with your friends, if you're not gay with your friends, you're gay.
Exactly.
That's the picture. That's me,
Yeah,
Kevin.
that's us. That's me and John looking at Bert's balls.
Oh my gosh.
Because
He's not in the picture.
Like even fraternities, it's like let's all go in a basement and get naked together.
It is
It's so
the I have done. I played hockey in high school.
Oh, the hockey. guy,
I have
gayest guy in the
done
world.
gayer things than like gay porn stars.
Yeah.
Like the.
For example? For example,
we did this one was actually didn't do it. This one I just witnessed, which is somehow gayer to be honest.
It's so true. Like, at least you're getting something out of it if you're involved in it. If you're just watching.
Oh, that's
how
funny.
is that? You in the foreground.
you can
like
see
that?
your face in the
It's
front.
so
Look how
fucking
shameless.
funny.
Look at a dog taking a shit.
You do.
He's the best, dude. The fact that he just will roll in a place and like. It was funny though. I think we like cleared out all the girls, and he was like,
The way it should be.
yeah.
No, actually,
Get rid of these girls. We're taking our dicks out.
Yeah.
But he like looked at me and was like, "I'm about to show you like my genitalia."
It's the cold open here. I can
It's
pull
very
it
intimate.
It was very consensual though. It was like, "I'm about to do this. Are you on board with it?"
Really want to see you naked. Bert, I really want to see you naked. Bert, I really want to see you naked. Bert, I really want to see you naked.
The one gay guy was like, "Oh,
we had to pull it on him. Jeez, I
Wait,
forgot about that
is he
mustache.
gay?
Zach?
Zach? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, most of the gay guys here aren't gay at
They're
all.
the worst gays
And
in
then-
the world.
No, they're not
They
at all.
dress shitty. And
Yeah, I'm like, what's
they're
going
terrible.
on?
They're terrible.
Yeah, Joey Camasta had to fucking drag everyone out of the closet, kicking and screaming here.
I know.
I was like, wait, we can be gay?
No, like my
Zach-
pants are baggier. Like I dress more like a man. Yeah.
Zach like thought he was hiding it, but I was like, "Bro, you're gay."
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Pat we knew was gay, but I was like, "Are you sure?" Because you're like, I don't know. He's Pat. He's like played basketball.
You played
and, like,
basketball.
yeah. Jason.
You were like, you don't have like good hygiene or
At all,
anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
He's the biggest piece of shit here. He is.
Oh, he
like,
is such a scumbag. It's like,
Yeah.
You would kill it as a straight dude.
Yeah.
He would disappoint
If-
so many girls and all that shit. I guess he just does it to the guys.
Yeah, if Pat wasn't gay, he would be the most problematic person in Barstool Sports.
Totally.
Hands
Yeah.
So true. So true. The shit he says and does. He's like, he's gay, whatever.
Girls can get away with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some of the things
Girls and
said
gays.
are like, yeah, the girls and the gays. Like some of the things are like, I don't know if we could say that if we were a
Oh,
guy.
Dude, I mean,
No,
Pat.
totally.
Pat. I don't know if he does it anymore.
Out and about is.
oh, out and about. The
crazy
clips are
problematic.
insane.
Yeah.
But even like what Pat does, and then everything he does is as a gay man. But it's like it's not a gay thing he does. But back when he used to blog more, he would just do a blog called like Titty Tuesday,
Yeah.
and it would just be
It was
gifs.
the most like
tits.
misogynistic.
Okay, but here's the deal. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm hearing Pat's voice in my ear. How'd you guys not know he's gay?
Oh no! Pat we knew was gay the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Pat we
okay.
always knew was gay.
But
Pat was hired.
If I did, he was hired as the gay guy, so I knew from the jump.
Pat's hiring was actually a
If I
borderline hate
didn't-
crime.
If I didn't,
Yeah.
if I didn't know, I don't think I would know from his voice.
It's more.
I'm telling you, he's gotten gayer.
He's
He's
more
definitely maybe he's
flamboyant.
gotten gayer. Yeah,
For
yeah, yeah,
sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, he was button down
just-
shirts now.
He
Sometimes
was just like what,
That is so gay.
he used to wear white t-shirts,
Yeah, he was,
jeans,
he
and
was,
dirty sneakers. He used
New
to dress like
England
Jackie.
trash. He was like a Patriots
Yeah.
fan. He dressed like Jackie.
Is that what you said? Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, accurate. I do love. I love your girl's like generation style of like
Like dressing like a boy.
kind of.
So when I started doing stand up, another
You can say that. I can't.
no.
Yeah.
I think like it's I don't know. I was almost like empowering, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Like 90s. That's probably why you like.
It's
not
90s.
your childhood.
It is definitely
but
90s.
Not really. Like girls, you're dressing like a 90s dude. Like girls in the 90s.
Yeah, but have
really
you seen
wearing
Aaliyah?
that,
Aaliyah was always wearing like she was either wearing
Aaliyah
a
was
sports
fucking
bra,
cool as shit.
and sweatpants, or she was
Aaliyah could do
wearing
that,
and
yeah.
Rihanna too, like a lot of baggy stuff. But also they
You're
also
naming
were,
cool
like,
black girls.
Yeah, I know.
White girls
Just like
are still,
me.
Rihanna,
Aaliyah, Caroline.
I never made the Aaliyah connection. That's exactly what it is. It's
She's wearing
sports
baggy
bra,
clothes. Yeah.
like boxers sticking out of the top of your pants,
Exactly.
and baggy pants.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think like when I first started doing stand up, like boy stand up, a male comedian said to me like, does it bother you that like no one listens to your set because they just like look at you? And I was like, oh my god, because all the girls who do stand up always talk about like, oh, you got to wear baggy clothes, like you kind of like got to dress down, and also like just the guys who do stand up like already look terrible because they like just look horrible, like they're actually rotting from the inside out at like 25. They look awful. But I do think like there is, although like, you know, at the same time, like dress however you want. Like I'm like so woke, dress however you want. I will say there is something like it, like you kind of like blend in a little bit more, and maybe it's psychological, but I do think that it's like
it's
I
shitty
you feel comfortable.
to say it's true, but like
Yeah.
if you are up there in like a tight dress and you have a great body and all that shit, like you can still be funny, but people are gonna be thinking more about that than your jokes or whatever.
I feel like
but I
they're
also
better.
think you should be like fuck it and do it. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's like why make it
It's
harder?
really
for yourself,
hard to
you
be
know?
oppressed for your like incredibly God-given body. You know what I mean? Like I just am wearing clothes. They might happen to be Polly Pocket clothes, but like you know what I mean? Like I'm being oppressed.
I feel like there are more guys in stand up who are, and I guess it's maybe 'cause I consume more now, but like attractive. Like there's obviously
Matt Rife,
but there's another
like
one
the
who was
hot
always on my
guy.
suggested for you page,
And
and
there was the one dude who
he was, but he like acknowledged. He was
He
like,
had,
I know
like,
I can't come up here with. I forget what he said. Like
I almost feel like you have to. Yeah.
he's like, I can't come up here with like a strong stance on blank because like
Look at me.
look at me. It'll sound ridiculous.
But your hair is white,
Francis
too.
is
Spot to
like
be,
well
though.
put
Like,
together and
it's-
has a jawline.
Yeah.
That's
Has a
pretty rare.
jawline. You can find it. Yeah.
Jeff Dye was who I was thinking of.
Was him?
Jeff Dye is pretty hot.
No, that's not what I was thinking of.
He-
He's a
he-
handsome guy, but that's
yeah.
what I was thinking of.
That's a weird spot to be because it's like, you know, as a comedian, you're like talking about like shit that's like you have to be really honest and like be real about things, and it's
Yeah.
like if you're being real about it, like we know what some people look like and other people's don't, you know. But to be like, you know, like how hot I am, it's like, well,
I guess
fuck
Dane
you,
Cook
dude.
was kind of like that.
Dane Cook was a good looking guy.
He was a good looking guy, yeah.
Stefano's fucking hot
Yeah,
as shit.
yeah.
Chris to me is like the one guy who like is really good looking that it doesn't maybe because he's just such a little pig that it's like I don't even think about his looks, but
But it's interesting also to hear how like you come across, even like from outside of like a performer standpoint, but like how are you perceived? How do you like
yeah.
like I don't know. It's just an interesting thing. I think some people are really self-aware and play into it. And I sometimes I think it works for them. Sometimes I think it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because then they're like less relatable or something.
right.
But I think it's an interesting thing even just from the outside. Like how do people perceive you?
I've found at least in this, and it kind of branches off this way and that way. Like if you are not just yourself, it's gonna catch up with you. It might work for a little while, but like, can you keep up the act forever? Are you gonna want to keep up the act forever? Like I've always said that like if my ceiling was like a little bit higher, if I had played a character or kept certain things quiet or whatever, just like did things differently.
Yeah.
But so like the way I did things, my ceiling's here and it could have been here, but I would have like lost my mind getting to that extra, you know, space. Like that's not worth it to me. Like I'd rather just be like, this is what I do. Maybe I'm not going to have as many fans, but the fans I do have, I don't need to like work for their approval or continue.
They're like
to
die hard.
keep up a charade. They're just like, I do what I do. And if,
they're not
if
fickle.
now like things change, it's like, well, now I'm going to do that because what you like is my path of like, you know, I started out as like a single guy and then I got married. I had kids. I got divorced. I was poor. I had some money. Like everything is just like, this is.
You followed the whole way.
For the ride.
I struggle with that a little bit. I'm such a competitive person. Like I'm so competitive. And I really struggle with like what my expectations.
Wait, Jackie, I wanted to make fun of you real quick. I was going to be like, you have to dress a certain way because you're on stage. What's your excuse, Jackie? Okay, you can leave now.
Oh my God. Burn.
Sorry.
No, I feel like I'm very like hard on myself. I'm like, oh, where should I be at this age? Like I should be further. I should
Throw
be here.
that shit out, please.
Oh my God,
please.
I'm trying.
I know,
it's so hard.
It's
like
so
I'm
hard.
literally crippled by like all of the things I
Dude,
should
it's
have
the
done or
worst.
could have done.
If I could like free the world of one thing, it's that.
That's
Especially
the
now.
one thing I still do. Basically, every time we have a guest who I think even remotely works in our field, and I Google them, first thing I do is look at their age, and I'm always like, all right, I got 3 more years.
No, literally, I spend my weekends.
I don't know.
I thought that was something we were doing.
Someone taking a shower in that bathroom. No, I literally spend my weekends being like, at what age did they do this?
Yeah.
If
I
try so hard to get rid of
No,
that.
I'm really
'Cause it's
trying.
like the world is shifting. Like, why the fuck would someone who's like on TikTok and social media and all that go by some standards that were set like literally like a century ago?
No, it's absolutely crazy.
There's no comparison. The only thing that's still like you're never gonna get away from and sucks is the biological clock, and that's the one thing that I wish could change, because then you like girls could do whatever the fuck they want, however long they want.
Yeah,
that's one thing where you do have to do certain things in a certain age. Otherwise, like what you're at 20. I remember Jackie being like, "I'm so old."
No, my God, that's literally me. Yeah,
and I was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna strangle you with my bare hands. You're 22 or whatever the fuck she was at the time."
Yeah,
it's like it's so different now. And we've seen, like, Lewis Black didn't blow up till he was, like, 48.
Didn't start till he was 40.
Yeah, didn't start till
I
he was
mean,
40.
there's so
like,
many people like that. Viola Davis, like even outside of the comedy world. But yeah, no, I feel the exact same way. I like literally struggle with that every day. It's so bad. And, like, sometimes, like, I wish I just would have known if I had done this instead of that. But I feel like in reality, if, like, God, I'm like, cool, Jesus, you guys know that. If I went and talked to him, he'd be like, literally, this is the best scenario.
Yeah,
like, you were not even going to be successful. Like, you got so lucky.
I mean, you're doing
he was like,
good.
I didn't think it was going to be, you know.
But you got to realize that, like, the person that you might be comparing yourself to might be like, oh my God, I wish I had, like, the freedom that Caroline
There's
has at
someone's
work
nephew or niece. They always are. Like, he had this at this age. He was Steven Spielberg's nephew. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just, though, like, the grass is always greener. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
All these things are, like, so fucking true. And if you just let go of that, we've been doing this whole thing for our new tours. We're just doing one show. Because every comic we've talked to recently is on the same wavelength of, like, I sold out Radio City, and then I added a second show, and I wish I didn't, because now that one's only half sold, and that's a very tangible thing, but it's a much more philosophical thing where it's like, celebrate what you're doing good at, and don't compare, and don't worry, and don't ask for extra, and like just ride the wave.
You guys doing Radio City?
No,
no, but keep going.
But like, yeah, I mean, it's just like you have to enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it, because otherwise what's the fucking point of doing all this?
I think also, though, there's like a part of me that's like, if I'm really hard on myself and I'm really unhappy and I'm suffering every day, well, then I'm definitely gonna get there. You know what I mean?
That's the Jesus talking.
You know, that's true. That's true. If I hate my whole life, but it's hard.
They're like, I think ambition is good, but like, and with that comes like, you have to kind of compare, and you can't rest on your laurels. And if somebody else working harder and hungrier will pass you or whatever. But there's a balance, and that's the problem, is finding that balance.
No, definitely. Feitelberg will have to help me with this, but there's like a Taylor Swift lyric about like, no one sees when you lose playing solitaire, because like if you're competing with yourself and not like someone on Google, it's a great line, but like that's not possible for me. Like
you should do more of it.
Is that a thing? Yeah.
We're fighting about it's funny. I Googled. I wanted to like read up on it, and I Googled, why are all pop songs, and immediately autofill about love.
Really?
And it was like, what a list of pop songs that are not about love. What are some songs that aren't about love? And there's like 5.
Okay, well, guys, I am dropping a new song on Spotify called Dick Pic soon. So this is serious. So please listen to it.
Let's go. Is it a real song or a funny, like a joke song?
It's a joke. They're all joke songs.
It's a really serious song about dick pics.
I'm recording one right now called Pet Your Dog, which is the follow-up. But no, I totally, it's rough. And it's like, but at least I'm not...
That is the solitaire thing is interesting though. Yeah. It's like, if there really was no other comparison, like that's the only reason you do it, right? It's like there's always somebody
because you'd be doing it for the love of the game otherwise.
Yeah, but you would just be enjoying it. Like if you were the first and only podcast, you'd be the best one, and you'd be happy. And then someone else comes along, and you go like, oh, well, they have a few more listeners, and they make more money, and then it all starts, But if you somehow could have the blinders on but still be motivated. That's the problem, though. It's like, that's where the ambition comes in.
It's very difficult. And like, I also think another hard part about it is like, they say like get off your phone and everything like that, but like if you're not, personally for me, like writing like sketches or videos, right? Or you have to like be referencing the internet. You know what I mean? Because that's
a
what
very hard balance too.
Because that's like the thing that connects us all. So you have to be mimicking trends.
I don't think it's get off your phone. I think it's like don't mindlessly scroll on your phone.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's it.
I'm trying to quit Twitter. I told
Yeah.
Pavs today to change the password, but I have another Twitter that nobody knows. I don't tweet from, but I do follow all the accounts that I want to like get information from.
And you've been sending me death threats from it. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I got a picture of Bert Kreischer's balls. Yeah, I know that one.
Because you do have to be like telling someone to not be on their phone now is like crazy. It's not like watching TV where it's like I'm doing this for entertainment, and it's like stop watching so much television, go do something productive. It's like the internet on your phone and shit is productive. If you use it in that way.
Yeah.
But it's when you're just like,
totally.
I only use it to do the New York Times Mini now, and I Google most of them.
You cheat on the New York Times
cheat on the Mini?
Once I don't know one, I
do check it a lot. Like I'll be like, check. Oh, those are wrong. Okay.
Oh.
Fill it all A's. See if I can get some more. Fill it all E's. Try to get a little bit more. I do that.
Fortune with the Mini.
Yeah, I do. That's what I do. It's like literally like 5 words too. It's like, how could you?
This is brought to you by Rocket Money. Do you know how much your subscriptions really cost? I don't. Most Americans think they spend around $80 each month on subscriptions, but the actual total is closer to $200. That checks out, and I don't like reading it, and that makes me a little disappointed and concerned, but that probably sounds about right. I would have said I spend $80. I bet I spend way more than that. If you don't know exactly how much you're spending every month, you need Rocket Money, much like me. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions. Monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, and chances are you are one of them. 80% is a big number. Like that Stars app you just used to watch that one show, or the free gaming trial that you never actually used. Rocket Money will quickly and easily find your subscriptions for you, and for any you don't want to pay for anymore, you just hit cancel, and Rocket Money will cancel it for you. Dude, the canceling it for you is so huge. Canceling something's impossible. Rocket Money is just going to take care of that for you. Rocket Money also helps you manage all your finances in one place and automatically categorizes your expenses, so you can easily track your budget in real time and also get alerted if anything looks off. Over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving the average person up to $720 per year. Yeesh. So stop throwing away your money, cancel unwanted subscriptions. I'm having a hard time saying that word. And manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/KFC. Go to rocketmoney.com/KFC. Save $720 a year potentially. Again, you think you're spending $80, you're spending closer to $200. This is going to be something I download right now because I'm not going to stop thinking about it. rocketmoney.com/KFC. So about a year in, we'll let you go with this, but about a year in, right? Roughly, give or take.
July. So yeah.
July. What's because you didn't really you weren't a Barstool. Most people who come to work for Barstool were Barstool fans first.
Were you?
Yeah, I wasn't. I knew you guys, and I obviously knew Dave. And
so it's just like
Call Her Daddy,
Feitelberg, Dave, and Jesus.
Yes, and Alex Cooper is probably Jesus there.
Yeah.
And Call Her Daddy, of course, like that was like so big.
That was the first thing you did that I really laughed at.
Oh, the Call Her Daddy, yeah.
Like use promo code butthole for 20%.
That was like I that was really like that was such a God thing because I put that out like a month before this and I didn't even think about that, and then like Owen came up and he was like, yeah, I saw that video, and I was like, oh my God, that was good timing.
Yeah, that was really good.
But yeah, I mean, I wasn't the biggest Barstool fan.
Did you not like it?
You actively did not like us, or you just didn't know us?
Oh no. Like I just wasn't like an active big follower. Right. I just didn't know all the shows. I didn't know like stool scenes.
Or whatever. Yeah.
I followed the Instagram account, followed Dave. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. I wasn't like watching stool scenes. I didn't have like a burner Instagram. You know what I mean?
Psychopath.
So what's the overall take a year in?
Yeah. I mean, you touched on it a little bit before, but like if you don't come in with a group or you don't like kind of earn your stripes here, it is really difficult. Like I think I got really lucky with Tommy and Rudy. Like I really just had to ask these two guys that were always in the office. Like, cause some people maybe were better fits. They weren't in the office. I didn't see them. Like you just it was hard to find a team.
Who are those better fits?
Oh, definitely. I mean, Kelly, come on, better. I'm just kidding. Such a better writer. I'm just kidding. But no, like I feel like I'm definitely like, finding my place a little bit more. I think definitely.
A year's fast, by the way.
Yeah.
Like most people don't find their place.
Dude, I was gonna say, I know, I'm sure you probably felt like, oh my god, I want to kill myself. This is like terrible.
Yeah, no, that's how I felt. Yeah,
but like to
definitely.
have a episode 1 of Please End This came out to like as much fanfare and success and good feedback.
I never
show
watched.
did, and John's been
Your
in
show
fucking
was
10
awesome.
years.
Yeah.
I never watched Barstool stuff. I watched Please End This, and I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, we sat on the couch together and watched it. And we were just
I think that's a little bit the goal for me. Not that like I don't want to be like I want the Stoolies to like love me. I do, but I think the goal is like a comedy content is to be able to be taken out of context and like like
totally
not be too self-referencing.
I think that's where we're headed to. Hopefully with this new endeavor, where it's like
I'm
not
so excited
much
for everything.
Barstool. You don't have to know the ins and outs and
Exactly.
who's who and all that sort of shit. So, and this obviously like is exactly that. It's such a weird. I would never in a million years have guessed. Like if you told me a year ago, like put together 3 people, I don't think I would have been like Caroline, Tommy, and Rudy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
But maybe that's the magic in it. Like it's fucking great. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
I'm really enjoying myself, and I think like it's nice to like feel passionate about something.
It's very cool to watch all you guys be like actual like acting. Like
Yeah.
for so long Barstool was just like, here's my opinions and maybe we're funny with it, but like you're still just talking and just being yourself.
Yeah.
These are like actively like writing a character, doing a bit.
You make it sound like way better than it is.
but we used to like make fun of that because so many people try to do that and it sucks. Like
This is embarrassing
bit.
too.
People say,
Yeah.
like, here's my bit, and like it's like I don't want to, like it's a sketch, whatever you call it. And it's just like no, I just like tell me, be funny about like topics on the news or whatever. But this is like, oh no, when you're talented and you do it, I'm sure it's embarrassing.
No,
For a
it's
very
still
long
embarrassing,
time,
yeah.
Until rather recently. Like trying was
gay.
Trying is very
Trying's
frowned
fucking
upon.
lame.
That
No,
Barstool. Like,
trying
just-
is
Yeah,
lame.
try to
Just be
be
able-
funny, but don't try to be funny.
Like
you
it's
know?
even
And
like
I don't
we're a
even
media
just mean-
company and you're posting.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Weird.
I don't even mean like thought of as lame by just people who work here, although them as well. But like by our fans,
Yep.
it's like oh that was like they must have taken another take on that.
Right.
And even like I thought about it because like KFC Radio was very different than Out of Order, but the Please End This, where it's just like we don't ever like let's redo that conversation. It's just like this conversation, and I lost my train of thought.
But yeah, no, I mean,
It's
I remember
embarrassing.
the fan. The
Well,
fans,
there would be other
like,
podcasts here that Call Her Daddy being one of them that were like pretty scripted, and I would think like, oh, that's fucking.
Are you kidding?
lame.
Yeah.
We were judging them.
Yeah. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I think.
Keep it up, guys, with your
I think-
fucking shitty one take. I'll be in a house made of diamonds.
Yeah,
I
literally.
think one time Kevin and I were like, it's not going to last. They're not going to be able to go on the road to do that show.
You won't be able to sell out a comedy club with 300 people. Your show's never going to work, Oprah. New Oprah.
I'll be in Houston. Enjoy LA.
The only thing I will say,
But I also think you guys don't get it. Like I think if you were a girl, you would have seen it more
Well,
What?
no, but we were talking more about just like the idea like
of a scripted show.
Well, we found out that they would like book the room for like 5 hours and like redo it and
stuff.
rewrite it and all that shit. I was
You're like,
kinda
if you can't do it in
that's
one
just-
take,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, it was just like that's not what a podcast is. It's not how
But
it
it-
works. It's like that doesn't fucking matter, dude. Like,
Yeah.
there are no rules to this shit. It's just whatever people want. you
There's
know?
no rules to this. You're totally right. But like when people like even in the office, like Call Her Daddy will come up and the guys are like, oh, blah, blah. I think that you guys you underestimate the girls who are 14 and didn't know how to give a blowjob.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this hot girl who has like a hot boyfriend is gonna be like, I'm gonna tell you how do you know what I mean? She's like, you're gonna, and you're like, oh my god, that's it. And
But that's also like, yeah. I mean,
like you underestimate the amount of girls who are
definitely-
like, oh my god, thank God
Sure.
she did
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Sure,
like
sure. I don't know. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if it's the best thing of things, but like,
I do think they started the market. We were ashamed of it, kind of, where it was like, we're not a sex club. We never like actively
You were the
said-
Kelly
when-
Keegs.
when-
I officially hate Call Her Daddy.
Yeah. Never call her. Oh, yeah. We actually talked about on our episode with Dave a while ago that we were both like, when Call Her Daddy started and they came in, and I think they fucked with I don't want one of Kevin's friends, but a contact of Kevin's, and they like hooked up with one of them or something like that. And we were just like, fuck those guys. Like, that's fucking dog shit to like unearth that kind of stuff and name names. So, you know,
They name names?
We've all
Ooh.
we've all talked about like people we've like anonymous people we've slept with, but
Yeah.
like they're like, and we're like, fuck
It's too
that.
much heat.
And then we're like, we're not going to work with them because not the idea of it was by any stretch of imagination, but it was like it made sense for us to work with Call Her Daddy because
Yeah.
we were both we talked about sex. I don't ever think we were a sex podcast.
Yeah.
I think we definitely got the tag. I don't ever think we were.
Feminist icon, Feitelberg.
Yeah.
Alex Cooper. I got it. Yeah, no.
It was. It's very different when guys do it. If guys talk about sex, it's like in a weird way, it was almost the reverse. When girls talk about sex and they get like the Nikki Glazers of the world, like stop talking about sex, like where guys can. But in the Barstool world, it was almost like you guys are chicks. Like all you do is talk about sex, and it was like it's not all we do, but we do talk about it more than the average shows here. So we got that tag. So they were like, you should, why don't you do stuff with these girls? And they came in so hot and pissed everybody off. And I was like, I don't think it's good if we like alienate ourselves. And then they drop names and all that. And it was like, well, obviously it was a very big mistake. And it's not like they were like waiting to do it with us. And we said, no, they were probably never going to work with us either.
Yeah.
But it was definitely, I still stand by like the way that it ended like unceremoniously with Barstool was I think what we all kind of saw, like, this is not, I didn't know it was going to be the success it was. I knew it was never going to be like a Barstool thing.
Yeah.
And when Dave was like, no, she's going to like do stuff with you guys. She's going to make an effort this time. She's going to like come back around. I was like, I just
sounds like a dad that's gone like, he's going to try this time. He's going to be there for you.
There's nothing wrong with her not doing that, but let's stop pretending that.
No, it's very interesting because like, just hearing people talk about that time, it's like almost like this like urban legend. Like,
it was the first time that something was bigger than Barstool, really. You know what I mean?
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Everything was kind of like,
and it's not something from the inside.
Yeah,
like,
it was an outside thing that got bigger than Barstool. So there's definitely
like, what is this?
There was jealousy around it. It was like, I've been doing this for fucking 8 years. How the fuck?
And then there's like, what is this content? You know what I mean?
There was jealousy. There was like almost confusion where it's like, well, wait a minute, maybe I've been doing this wrong the whole time.
No, I think that this was just like, honestly,
it's just like lightning.
You
in a
had to
bottle
be,
crazy.
it had to be them. It had, if like, even like, I hate to say this, but like, even if it wasn't someone who was aspirational to look like, I think it wouldn't have been as popular.
Yeah, no, totally.
If it wasn't two girls, if it wasn't,
was the perfect storm.
And it was the perfect time. Like if that was happening now, it would once again.
Well, yeah, because even when
they started it, now it's oversaturated. Now
exactly.
every time
talking about sex, it's like shut the fuck up. But they were at the right exact time of like society and feminism and whatever the fuck
and they were
else.
fresh faced. They weren't like, you know what I mean? Like, what you gotta do is like, you know what I mean? Like they were young but I will say,
but it totally opened my eyes to be like,
anything can happen.
Yeah. And I remember, saying to Dave, I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Like they're rubbing a lot of people the wrong way here. They're not like buying into what we do. And like it made a boatload of money. But if the idea was like, it was the first time. It's like, you don't need to ingratiate yourself to the Barstool fans and do things the Barstool way. Like, just go do you.
Ingratiate.
And fucking.
Yeah, I like that. It was
just go be funny and make your own content. And who gives a fuck if, like, you're not making the same videos that Dave made in 2007. It's like.
Yeah, but I think.
They didn't have a food review thing, which I did take great.
They had a food review thing?
No, they did not.
Oh, yeah.
Although they did do one that never got released. They did the turkey.
Oh, my God.
No, that went out.
That went out?
Did go out?
It just went under the radar.
That was
they
crazy.
really
They just like
They had
sex with turkey.
they fisted a turkey.
On Barstool Gold. On Barstool Gold, yeah. No, something that you guys said that's so interesting that, like, I almost feel like you can't understand it unless you really see it, is like, you were like, they were pissing people off and so you didn't want to like be close with them. That is so, like, this place is like a high school and people say that, but it's like almost like,
but there's a way
you have to like align yourself. It's like a game of like,
it is.
You know what I mean?
But like, I feel like if you come in, if you're with us and like they just like weren't a part of Barstool.
Yeah.
And that is okay, but that had never really been done. If you come in and you like don't get along with someone, but they're competing in the competitions with you and doing the videos with you and you're arguing with them on the radio and like, but you're there, it's different than like, they came in, they did their thing, and they were gone, and they were fucking rich, and they weren't, and that's like how we should approach the new world. But it was almost like, I think there were feelings of like, well, they're using the Barstool name, but they won't help us.
But they're also making Barstool millions.
Right. But that I can understand why like Dave was like,
No,
but
absolutely.
other people who are like, that doesn't affect me at all. Like, I'm not seeing any. It's not like I'm getting a Call Her Daddy bonus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of jealousy and hate and misunderstanding and almost like it just fucking flipped the whole thing on its head.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll ever be something like that again. They'll be something that comes in and is successful, but the way it was and how it was and all that.
I think we just are constantly going in a circle. Like even now, like the fact that sketches on YouTube are doing well, it's like, what year is this? You know what I mean?
It's all cyclical.
It's
That's
so crazy.
also why though it's like don't don't be high and mighty about this person or this thing or this trend or whatever, because you're gonna have to like do it eventually.
It's gonna and so like you can't, like, you got to keep going. And like I'm happy to be at this time right now, like, because this is what I like to do. Like, but I will say, like you were saying with Call Her Daddy, like there'll be something else, but it has to like go. Except also everyone's gonna be famous soon. Like soon everyone's gonna be famous. Like we're getting there.
But we need to redefine famous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
the Jennifer Aniston was like, I don't like that, everyone. Like she said something like Hollywood used to be so glamorous.
Yeah.
And it's like
anymore.
yeah, because you had to be someone's like kid to become famous, and now it's like you just kind of gotta.
But I think there's like notoriety and being well known, and then like famous.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But like once Please End This wins like an Emmy or whatever one it can win for the YouTube awards. But I think it's interesting, and I think you're right. Like these trends go around, and it's. Yeah, the fact
that's why you also shouldn't compare, like, do the age thing, and
that's what I was trying to get at.
Like,
you
know, you're still like so early in the game.
No, I feel like I'm literally so washed up. Like it's so bad, and I know that that's crazy to hear people say, because like even Jackie's younger than me. I'm like, oh my god, she's a baby. Like who even let her out here? Look at when she talks in the microphone, she's so little. But no, I really do feel that way. Like I feel so, but you yourself, you feel like absolutely just kind
that's
of
just
like
the nature of how it goes.
You can't ever look back at your accomplishments and feel proud, you know?
Never. You should try, but you won't.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a baby. The baby.
Jack.
Look at she's holding a cup. She's holding a cup.
The cup looks so nice. It looks so big in her hands. No, Jackie does have enormous hands and feet, so that's the one thing. Welcome back.
Jackie, your clips lately are so... What is going on?
My lips?
With the clips.
Oh, I thought you said lips.
You're like, oh my god, your lips, Gorge.
Wait, thank you.
You let this guy sleep in your house?
Crazy town.
Yeah.
Without her in it. I don't know what's crazy. Like, it's crazier. I think it would have just been better to have sex with that guy than to leave her apartment.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, it would have been honestly so much easier. It would have like saved so much drama. But no, I guess I'm just like, I don't know. Just like a lady.
You need a TV
she's
show.
Gonna finish that
She
with
does. We are. We've said she'll be our boss soon enough.
Yeah, it's so funny.
As soon as she
Literally
like
TV
realizes
show.
it, it's like I hope she doesn't become too aware of.
No, like you know how like everyone like they tell you to do what whoever's like doing really well. They're like, why don't you try doing content like them?
Yeah.
Like that's me right now. Like I'm trying to do like unhinged content. I'm like, oh my god, like I let this guy like you know what I mean? I wore a helmet and like I'm just like trying to get in on Jackie's like trending things.
Like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah, I was in a TikTok meeting earlier and they were like, have you tried letting a stranger into your house? Like Jackie's doing it and it's really popping
Put
off.
headgear on and walk outside.
Yeah.
It's not Jackie's first time letting a stranger in. Well,
Yeah,
into
that's
your
what's
home.
crazy.
Not
Yes, into your...
anybody. You want in my apartment. Anybody's correct.
Give the Addy. Give the Addy.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, all right. So Please End This is a fucking firecracker. I hope it. I know there's some questions, but I hope it goes on forever. I think it's
Yeah.
really, really, really.
We're thinking about having a breakup, like Call Her Daddy kicking Rudy out when he goes to Chicago. Like, make a YouTube video.
If it's gotta happen, unfortunately, you should. You
What
should,
really
you should make
happened.
something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm confident that whether it's 2 or 3 of you, that there'll be more to come. So
I really
good job.
appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
That's very nice of
And
you.
you did a good job. I do think the one thing that was with Call Her Daddy was like, not that you have to do this, but it is nice to be like when people come in and understand like what was built before and the work that went into it and stuff. And
yeah.
like when you did Survivor and like that shit was hard and you
Oh
took
my
it
God.
serious. I
No,
know
and
hated
you
that,
when
like,
you DM'd me that, first of all, I sent you that video of me doing the unboxing where I was crying. You remember that? Afterwards, I was like, I shouldn't have sent that. That was so weird. But after Surviving Barstool, you like DM'd me. It was so nice, and you were like, that was like so hard. Like,
yeah, I don't do that stuff. I don't like that stuff. I always say no to that stuff. And so I really appreciate anybody who does do the rough and rowdy or the reality stuff. It's like that shit sucks, and that makes money and it helps and all that shit. So I am always very appreciative of the people who do it. But by you doing that stuff, it's
yeah,
it goes both ways.
It was rough. I mean, Jackie knows. Like, it was so bad. Like, it's just like it's like all around so bad. Like, you feel bad that you put yourself through it, and then you also feel like embarrassed about the way you were feeling about
But
the way.
that shit is real in the moment, right?
No,
Like,
it's
you're
so
like,
real.
It's like
so
I want to
real.
win, but I want the money, but I also want the
We got crazy. And when we left, because like how I got off was like, spoiler alert, how I got off was like Grace like went behind my back and vote. She was like the deciding vote. And so when we left, like Jackie can attest this, I was like, Grace, I'm mad at you. I'm not really mad
but I'm
because that would be crazy
Right.
if I was really mad at you, but I am really mad at you. So don't fucking come near me. But I know that I'm being like literally it was like that. Like I kept talking in a circle.
I'm sure.
She was like,
sure.
I'm so sorry. I was like, I don't want to talk to you right now.
Right.
But also
I'll
I
be cool
know
in like 2
I'm being
weeks.
really fucking weird right now. Like, but then you messaged me this really nice message and you were like, oh, don't worry about it. And I sent him back like this crazy video of me being like, hey guys, I just got some packages at home. I just got some news.
I can't remember this.
Do you remember this?
No.
I'll pull it up for you. Like, I don't know why I thought this would be the funniest thing to send you. I like didn't even know you, but I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Like he's totally gonna get it.
Did I say anything back?
Oh my God, here it is. Okay, here it is.
Hey guys, I got a lot of packages in the mail, so I just thought I'd do a quick unboxing haul. So, starting off, I got this watch. Then I also got this really cute necklace.
This is like minutes after being.
I got this tank top from Urban Outfitters. I think it would look really cute with like low-rise jeans.
Maybe you didn't watch it.
Onesie. Workout onesie. I thought it would look really cute with a bunch of like.
No, I just like
I just said OMFG.
it was so weird.
I said, I would never do that. So like props to you. And then I said, don't worry, you're going to see a boost in exposure and fans and all that stuff. She sent the video. And I think it was probably like we were probably messaging at the same exact time. Because I said, Brianna really popped off after season 1. And then I just said, OMFG.
And then I was like, you want to see my unboxing haul? Like,
I don't remember that, but I probably was like, I have no fucking idea.
No, I thought it was like the funniest thing. Like I was like, oh my God, he's gonna think this is hilarious. I like filmed this video crying and then I like went out into the living room, yelled at my sister because I was like super unstable. I was like not okay. Like I was literally a crazy person.
That video is crazy.
It's crazy. No,
Crazy.
Like, this is what Surviving Barstool does. It takes a bunch of crazy people who are like on edge and at any moment could probably like drive off on the side of a highway. They put them all together, sleep deprive them, don't let them see the sun, give them bad food.
Yeah, totally.
And then it's crazy.
It's
like,
a little exploitive. It's a lot exploitive.
no, but like you like there, and then you get like voted off, and they're like bye, and it's like
See
no,
ya. Go
I'm
back to
about
work.
to freaking like
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna shoot this place up.
yeah no I'm like yeah like no that was nuts. I thought it was like so funny. Like
There was no like
it's also like
punch. Like it was just crazy.
no, like it was just a crazy unboxing. It's also like it's not even like you're like a girl that's my age that'd be like, oh my God, I totally get it. Such a funny unboxing. Like you may not even know what the unboxing videos are.
I mean, I know what unboxing, but it's not like unboxing videos were like part of Survivor.
No,
like,
it's so weird. I was like,
if
oh my
that
God,
was
that's
like part
so
of
funny.
an episode, I'd be like, oh, I get it.
That night I made all of this content that I thought was hilarious, so emotional. I made one where I was like doing the cup song, like I bought my ticket for the long, and just like like crying, and I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. I'm gonna blow up on TikTok. And then I posted it and I was like, this is not good.
I need to call a therapist.
That is, I mean,
that is the tightrope line you walk where you're like, should I make content or should I call a therapist?
Yeah, for
like,
real.
Yeah.
or like, is this funny and gonna blow up, or is this gonna be the most embarrassing thing I've ever posted? Because you really don't fucking.
you post a TikTok, all your friends text you like, hey, are you okay?
Right. Yeah. No. Well,
Worried about you.
I feel like you found your way.
Yeah,
'Cause
hopefully.
I haven't seen any videos like that.
I know. Oh my God. I know. It's so crazy. I was like, he's definitely going to get it. I know.
I was like, oh my God.
OMFG. I know. I feel like I ruined this. Did I ruin this?
That's the perfect end. So please end this is on YouTube. You got to subscribe to that. And I don't even know how to pronounce your last name.
That's okay. Apparently I'm doing it wrong. It's Baniewicz, but someone from Poland DM'd me that it's Baniewicz. So
You don't have to say your own name.
it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, follow. If you can spell her name on that, just follow her on Instagram.
Yeah. It's okay. If you try, you'll get it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, big thanks for watching. If you made it through this whole episode, that means you should be subscribed. There's so many of you out there who watch and don't subscribe, so make sure you are a KFC Radio subscriber. Make sure you get all the content when it drops. Click that button now.
I have 9 fingers. I'm still subscribed. It's that easy.